Hey guys, Omni here. Big DC news for the TV side of things. Season 2 of Stargirl has already been confirmed, and season 1 was a smash success. It was one of the best opening seasons of any DC TV show that I've seen, and it was just so good. Diving into the JSA, this new JSA with Courtney, and kind of exploring this history of DC characters that have mostly haven't really had as much time to shine in the spotlight as a lot of people would like. The one of which was the original Flash, Jay Garrick, and they have confirmed, and some people have even speculated this was going to be the case before because of the CW, the Arrowverse, and all that, DC films and everything confirming the multiverse existing, that everything on screen that is DC exists within the same multiverse. And we've seen the Arrowverse play with that over the last couple of years, making it a very regular thing for them to play around with alternate versions of these characters, alternate timelines, even crossing over with other shows that have either ended or are ongoing, bringing over Black Lightning into the fold after this recent post-crisis event, rewriting the realities, meeting Ezra Miller's Flash, meeting Christopher Reeve's Superman, entering the Batman 89 timeline from the film. And it's been crazy, and it's been growing. And with the new established Earth 2, which we know at the end of Crisis on Infinite Earths is established where Stargirl is, and we had previously met Earth 2's Flash in Flash, played by the 90s TV show Flash from the early 90s. That show was really interesting. It was a little bit of a gem, so I recommend checking that out. It's definitely weird. But John Wesley Shipp, who played the Flash in that, has been a recurring character on the CW's The Flash series for a long time, playing Barry's father, playing Jay Garrick, playing a multitude of characters, mainly, and more long-term, has been playing Jay Garrick of Earth 2. So a lot of people were like, okay, Crisis kind of implied that the multiverse that we knew was gone and was reset, and that Stargirl might be a new Earth 2, where it's got a new timeline, it's got a new set of characters, it's got a new past, and they're theoretically a different Flash than the Earth 2 Flash we had known up to this point. But thanks to EW, they have exclusively learned and are breaking that John Wesley Shipp is confirmed to be guest starring in Season 2, Episode 9 in a flashback episode of the JSA playing Earth 2's Jay Garrick. And there's even a miniature excerpt that comes along with this from CW itself, establishing that in a pivotal flashback episode, the Golden Age Flash, as a member of Earth 2's Justice Society, will be crossing over, officially bringing Stargirl into CW's post-crisis CW-verse alongside the Flash, Superman and Lois, Batwoman, Black Lightning, Supergirl, and DC's Legends of Tomorrow. That's huge. I think that's pretty huge. I mean, it is still a separate Earth from the core world from the main CW shows. Superman and Lois, Black Lightning, Batwoman, Legends of Tomorrow, The Flash are all on Earth Prime. And the Stargirl and Jay Garrick will be on Earth 2, and maybe eventually we'll break down those barriers between them and they'll cross over with everybody else for whatever the next huge crossover event is once they finally build up to that again. Because we do know, thanks to DC fandom, that DC Films, Jim Lee, Greg Berlanti, are all on board with crossing over with the comics themselves, with the films themselves, and having this interconnected universe, the multiverse. They are very committed, and they've said this at DC fandom and reiterated it many times since, that they are committed to this idea of the multiverse. And we're seeing this on the film side of things too, with Robert Pattinson's Batman, the Joker film, the Snyder Cut, the current timeline that we've been following in the DCEU, and that moving forward, Black Adam picking up, Aquaman 2, Shazam 2, all of that picking up in that main timeline, all while all these things are going to be going on simultaneously. And the DC TV shows are part of that same connected universe, but again, part of the multiverse. And they've even made, and I was going to talk about this in its own video, but they had even announced that the 78 Superman and these 89 Batman are going to be getting sequels via comics, official DC Comics, expanding those worlds and those stories. And the recent event, what was it? Death Metal, Dark Metal, whatever. I can't remember what it is. Pretty much established an omniverse, which has confirmed, or at least in DC comic canon, that anything DC exists in some level in the multiverse, whether it's film, TV, animation, or comic, which is insane. DC's really expanding their universe in a crazy way, and I just like to see stuff like this. I think it's fun. I think it just brings a lot more creativity to the pool when you can do stuff like this. It makes it interesting. And again, it just goes to show that the success of these shows, regardless of how they perform, ratings wise on TV, a lot of that doesn't include any streaming numbers whatsoever. So a lot of these shows are really successful on the streaming side of things. So these shows are still doing pretty well. And they've got a legacy behind them that has been very successful, and that's what's helping them move forward. And that's why things like this, fresh ideas like this, and with something new like Stargirl coming into the fold, we can get some more fun, interesting ideas, especially with that creative team coming over from DC Universe into this. HBO Max and them lending money to things such as Superman and Lois, which has the same special effects team behind that show that is behind WandaVision, or The Witcher Season 2, Fantastic Beasts. They're putting money back into these shows. Now, I don't know how that's going to go into the shows that have been around for a while. I mean, we are losing Black Lightning and Supergirl here in their upcoming seasons, being their final ones. But yeah, the things that stay behind, these things that are going on, might get a little bit of that AT&T money. Who knows? We'll see. We gotta hope. But I think this is another example of what I love that they've been doing on the TV, is these hints, these nods, this inclusivity that they've got with the greater DC universe, whether it's on TV, film, or on the page of the comic books. I'm excited for this, because when we saw Jay Garrick, I was like, oh, I really like John Wesley Shipp as Flash, as the Jay Garrick Flash. Because Crisis kind of implied that he might be gone. So it's good to see that he gets to stay on this Earth, though we don't know his fate. We don't know the fate of him in this new timeline, though, because the JSA got their buns handed to them in the past that set up the events that led into this first season of Stargirl. But I do recommend it. If you haven't seen Stargirl, it is legitimately a good show. It's a lot of fun. Luke Wilson is easily my favorite character in it, and I love him to death in it. It's just really, it's really wholesome, but it can push those lines just enough to give it some edge that I really enjoy. I think it balances all of that really well with detailed characters, realistic characters, and a lot of fun special effects and action. Anyway, guys, that's my thoughts on the news. I'm going to pass this off to you all. Let me know your thoughts down below. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. Guys, these shows, I cover them all. So if you're not following or subscribing, help the channel out and follow along with me and subscribe. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. I'll catch you guys next time. Take care, everybody.